course not. Take a minute, come in, relax, chill out. I need to fix some stuff. I got bored and I was playing with makeup. I hope the sound is okay. Okay. 2:39, December 18th, Sunday, 2022. I asked what this is supposed to be about. I got no messages. Instead, I got told to go play with makeup. And then when I was like, I don't want to play with makeup, I was playing with makeup. And then I'm like, I don't want to keep playing with makeup. And then I went and changed my clothes. The first one you showed. Oh, hold on a minute. First one you showed the X-Men. I'm on live, Tina. Join the chat, bro. Oh, I'm supposed to do something for Instagram, according to Sophia. Hold on. Okay. What's the title of this video? I don't remember. How do I put this so you can see the cards? Always some fucking problem. What if? No. You know what I need? A desk that goes the other way. annoying. Oh, and there you go. Oh. What if? You know, Sophie, if you want me to be doing these things, you might want to help me out here to do this a little more efficiently. Nope, that would make you fall right on over. Oop. Why is this such a fucking trouble? Okay. Can you just deal with this? Holy. Here. We're going to shuffle, pull the cards, and then I'll talk to you. Clear the space, clear the fidgeting energy. Okay, 7 minutes, and I just now feel the energy shifting in here. So, good. We got all that stuff out of our systems, right? Right. Okay, good. No, I have no idea what the makeup is about. I've been really fucking bored today, all day. Like, in a really good way. Because I haven't had anything to do. I've done all my chores, all my errands, except laundry, and fucking laundry. So I was gonna go and clean out my like storage closet and just throw away all the stuff I've had for years that I've held on to for sentimental reasons. And then I heard like I felt ices and like peacock wings kind of go poof, and I'm like, oh God, not again. So I sat there and I meditated and I asked what they wanted, and they were like, try playing with makeup and see the new layers of your face. So I was like, okay. So they were showing me how to like draw lines and do stuff, like reactivating parts of my brain by just playing with glitter eyeliner and one lipstick. So I've just been playing with them and noticing my lips have gotten so big. Look at that. The face of my shape, the shape of my face is changing. My bone structure, my hairline. So I just basically what I did was paint by number is what she told me to do. So I was looking at where the colors of my face are, the discoloration, the pigmentations and stuff, and just matching it by like drawing in a coloring book. And then they were like, okay, now go do a dragon singer video. Because I asked what planet I'm supposed to be reading for or with. And they're like, no, not a planet. I'm like, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, none of them. They're like, no, no, no. And I'm like, is it a collective, a love reading? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, what is it for? And then I saw a bunch of dragons in space singing. So I really haven't dyed my hair in weeks. So we're gonna do dragon singers, okay? And we'll see what this is for. If you guys have been feeling weird negative energy around you today, don't worry. Don't worry. I did a Google search on world news. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just stay close to Sophie. feel so uncomfortable, and I don't know why. Wherever you guys are watching this, because I don't read your energies, but your energies are present. So can you guys go like this? Just like move back. Pretend there's a camera in your head and you're moving the camera back. Okay? I think that's why I fidget when I'm making these videos so much. Because you guys are not sitting with good posture. And when I'm tuning into that energy, those fears, those whatever you want to call them that I look at, I pick up on that. Sorry, you need to move that light over. Okay, we're starting, okay? The first 11 minutes of this has genuinely been energy clearing and balancing. So let's see. The Fawn. For those of you that don't know, this card means an ally, a friend, a companion, a support system, someone to work with you. This card is about healing, letting things go, moving forward, letting the pain go, letting the things you thought were holding you back go. Kind of, you know, I'm seeing a storefront that says liquidation sale, kind of like that thing. Singer of Transfiguration. So we got 8, 10, 11, and then 8. The ally that's coming to you is going to require you to be courageous, because I just saw Black Adam yesterday, and they said the city doesn't need a hero, it needs a protector. So the ally you're getting isn't someone who's going to coddle you, they're going to help you heal something so you can transform. In the dragon sense of archons and space and planets, this is something watery and healing. Neptune, maybe, or Oshun. I'm trying to tune into where the water planets are, like planets with tons of water, like above my head in the solar system, wherever we are. I can sense Neptune. Uranus feels more lightning and air. Pluto feels sad. I can't sense an element from Pluto, I sense sadness. Mars feels like red sand that you make molasses from. Jupiter feels like it's hiding something inside of it, underneath a lot of smoke and mirrors. Saturn feels like it's trying to keep everything in check because everything's going crazy. I don't sense really large bodies of water on any of them. Though I do sense large bodies of water on the moons of Saturn. There are some. Especially one, it's like really icy cold. Or icy blue, but it's all water. It's like a different density of water. Mercury's not water, it's something else. Venus has water. Venus is beautiful, whether you guys believe it or not. Mars has water, but not on the surface. Yet, it's still building that atmosphere. It's like it's raining on Mars. Water isn't on the surface, it's somewhere around it or in it. The moon, Luna, is supposed to have water, but it feels like the water is on Earth, not on the moon. And the Earth is supposed to feel like it's supposed to have its own water, but that water is on Venus. It feels misplaced. So I'm trying to tune into this to see like what water energy is this that's coming, because it doesn't feel like a person. It feels like planetary alignment in the tree of life, Kabbalah tree of life. You see the pattern right there, but the higher parts are missing. It's the lower parts of the tree of life. Something in the waters of the abyss being moved by an ally coming in from somewhere that I can't see. It's like a planet that's, I want to say Amalthea, but I don't know what Amalthea is. Amalthea is the name of the last unicorn. I don't know of any planet named Amalthea. I'm picking up 4 orbs in space, 4 planets that have mythological names of like Amalthea, Calypso, somebody from the X-Men who was a leader of the Morlocks. I'm seeing her face with the eye patch. And then Xena's enemy Callisto, Selene. I know of Io, but it sounds like Io. Maybe Io is a thing in it. Aletheia is the Aeon of Truth. And it's a red and blue. And water in between coming to remove something, which asks courage to the people from the Bright Mother. Underneath those is these 2. And then this, which is protection from dark forces, like wisdom protecting her grandchildren, Sophia protecting her grandchildren, opening something up, healing something, and freeing something from the dark. There is the 8 again, and the 8, and another 11. The other numbers aren't repeating. There's a lot of 8s and 11. What does this have to do with Earth? I just saw a massive lightning bolt smash into the Earth. Like that. Like something going, oh. Singer of Intuition. What does it have to do with Earth? Not a lot to tell you. It's the number 7. It's divinity. Because if I say anything, we have people feeling like this and sorry for themselves. When it's actually something to look at like this. Like it's something good. But explaining it would be like something bad. You see the 5 plus 6 is 11? This is an 11. If I explain it, you'll feel like this. If I let it happen, you'll feel like this. In between it, you're going through something like this. What it feels like is this. You don't know. What your ancestors and guides are looking at you like is like this. And what's going to happen for you, and no, this is not bad, is this. 11, 10, 11, 11, 1, unity. And here's the Bright Mother again, bringing that honesty. The 7, which is the same as this, and the same as this, which is slow down and appreciate what you have, which is also connected to this, the 8, which is what the ally is coming in to help you through. I just feel like somebody said, is someone dying? No, no, baby. Only God gets to decide that, and nobody gets to know when that stuff happens. No one can predict death. No one can invoke death. No one can manifest death. No one can cast death. That's not in anyone's power. Anyone but God and the Great Mother. So anybody who pretends to do that, leave them be, because they're just parasitic energy vampires and they're Archon infected human beings. So don't mess with people who are fucking with your energy and making you feel fearful thoughts, because they're not supposed to be fearful. Sophia herself loves her grandchildren. Sophia's grandchildren are the children of Yahweh. Yahweh is Sophia's child. He is the demiurge in some beliefs. Yahweh and Jesus Christ and Sophia are basically an amalgamation of, like, Christ is Sophia and Yahweh combined in human form through Mary, which is also connected to Isis and that entire line, okay? Big whole family thing. So nobody wants to hurt anybody in the universe. It's people doing it to themselves. So what the universe is doing, the universe created by Yahweh, who is the son of Sophia, who is an aeon connected to other aeons above the pleroma, is they're trying to get people to see inside the crystal that Yahweh created his world in out of the spirit of Sophia, that spirit, if removed, the entire universe goes boop. They're not doing that in order to save what's in the universe. Inside this universe, all these archons and beings, angels, fairies, etc., are trying to work with people to get them to see the Great Mother. Even Yahweh, the big sky daddy, Christ, they're all pointing to the Mother in everything. Because 2,000 years ago, they couldn't have told you male or female gods because of the patriarchal system due to archonic infested people. Now they can, so they're trying to get people to see the Great Mother, because even her son wants to go back home. Right? That's why everybody on earth has this urge to go home. What's keeping them here? Chaos, strife, struggle, immaturity, ungroundedness, not utilizing spirituality, not using their power and magic, the white magic, but instead they're busy defending and unplugging and watching injustice happen and not doing anything about it. And when they do something about it, they're fighting instead of pointing to her for peace. So, time to let all that shit go, because we gotta kind of use the anger, use the fear, use the assistance of the archons, use the assistance of God the Father, God the Mother, to bring unity to that belief system so that we can stop fighting and shedding blood in God's name all over the world. Because can you even imagine a God that created a universe and created the children of the world and everything, and then those children are casting black magic and sacrificing each other, raping, murdering, lying, etc., controlling each other, and then saying, glory be to God? There is no glory in that. It's a sacrilege. It's a defilement. So how is anybody supposed to teach humanity to not be violent? They need the mom, right? Not the dad, because the dad belief system is associated lately for 2,000 years with wars, jihads, bloodshed, witch hunts, child sacrifices, all things that should have never been. And they were only there because people were lied to. Knowledge was hidden, wisdom was removed, the light bringer was turned into the Antichrist. The mother of God was turned into a harlot. The priestesses of temples were turned into whores. No, witches were turned into hook-nosed fucking bitches. And history was whitewashed. And now, you guys got to have courage to look at reality the way it really is. Something created this universe, right? Which means something had to be somewhere to create that something out of something. And in the nothing that there was, God created something using words. Those words were transmitted among the etheric field through sound, energy, and vibration. Those things are a part of the fundamental fabric of reality. That fabric of reality is still within the universe, formed within the mind and construct of Yahweh, right? But it's still somewhere, because if you keep going back down the route in every single religion, that being, that God, is in the abyss, the void. That means there's something else outside this universe. Through plain common sense. Does it not? So, instead of being stuck in the void, what do people say? Find the light within. How do you get out of a void that absorbs all of everything? You become like water, like light. How do you do that? You stop killing things to eat. You stop raping, stealing, casting black magic. You purify your soul. You look at the goddess and the god. You look at the earth underneath your feet. You look at the light coming from everywhere. And you realize you do not have to be a slave on earth, because this earth is made from the Holy Spirit, the Mother of God, and God Himself. Okay? Those three beings do not want violence on their creation, especially from their own creation. So what are you guys doing? And who are you blaming? Satan? God, in all His infinite intelligence, would not make a source of evil. Get that thought out of your head. You can't use Satan as a scapegoat anymore. Who else are you blaming for your actions? Your parents? They were traumatized too. You should be forgiving them. Your neighbors? They're traumatized too. They're living right in the same world you are. Your friends? Your exes? Baby mama, baby daddy? Witches? Warlocks? Santeria? Bruja? Priests? Nuns? Covens? Secret societies? With your limited intelligence, how do you know what the fuck they're doing? You Googled it? Can you Google their mind and their intentions? No. So you have speculation. So what do? Create paranoid thoughts and scenarios. What happens then? You go out emitting that energy, speaking those words, those vibrations, those emotions out into the world. What happens? Other people absorb it. What happens? Hundredth monkey effect. Now, for one person believing that there's a Satan, there's 1,000 people believing there's Satan. Now, all those people, 1,000 people, justify the excuse of violence and say the devil made me do it. But it's their own belief systems, their own parasites, their own entities that they create with the God power within them from the breath of life and the Holy Spirit and Sophia, which was stolen from her through the demiurge, Yahweh, which then he created the fake aeons called the Archons, which are the planets, which mean outside this universe, there are real aeons and real universes made by aspects of creation that are truth, justice, virtues, valor, honor, wisdom, unity, love, creation, so on and so forth. Joy, happiness, blah, 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 blah. Here you have lust, greed, wrath, envy, one density, two density, three density, confinement, constraints, slowing down. Here you have time. And when you have time, you can see me. When you don't have time, you don't see how quickly the cells vibrate, matter and everything move. So when there's no time, you see this. which is what the blind God saw. Hence why people called him the blind God. Now, let's say you are that God, and you were created out of a goddess of wisdom, and everybody blames you and calls you evil. First of all, you can't be evil. You were born out of wisdom. Evil is an impossibility in wisdom. The only evil in wisdom is a lack of compassion or knowledge on how to utilize that wisdom, which makes no sense because if you have wisdom, you already have those things. Okay? So in this universe, in all this stuff, it's kind of like you guys don't realize that this universe itself is a gift. Because if you're born as a blind God like this, and then someone tells you, move over there, be still, wouldn't you freak out and like try to find your footing and create matter? And whatever it was, wouldn't you be like, what the hell is that? I'm the only person here. Who's talking? Be quiet. What is that power? Give it to me. I need stability. Because you'd be like this, unable to stand, move, no legs, no hands, no feet, just a floating head with a body. Terrifying, isn't it? So Sophia, in all her wisdom and love, goes, okay, we're going to put a veil over it so that it can just kind of see what's going on. And then we'll breathe life into it so that it can create what it needs to so we can see what it's doing. Which then makes, where is that orb? Sophia holding the demiurge's creation. Let's see what he chooses. And what happens? He tries and tries and tries to bring humanity to where? Within. Why? What happens when you go within? You find Sophia. You find the Christ, the parthenogenesis of Sophia, made by the assistance of Yahweh, informed to Mary through a Hail Mary from an archangel bowing before the human Mary. Let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink into how important Mary actually is, no matter what religion you're part of. Okay, that historical figure. An archangel bows before Mary and tells her, God is sending you the breath of life to create a child within you. And what does Mary do? Okay, cool, whatever. I'm only 14. I don't get what this is. But she does it anyway, right? Then she has to watch her kid die. After 33 years, she has to watch her child be crucified in front of her. And he has to watch his mother suffer, his children. And mind you, he's also a hermaphrodite because he's made from the parthenogenesis of his mother, which means his mother is also a hermaphrodite, which means they are always made in the image and likeness of Sophia and Yahweh. Divinity, the right of kings. Now look at your history. Where is the honor that Yahweh gave and Gabriel gave to Mary in your history books? For 2,000 years. And who has been blamed for that sacrilege of the divine feminine? Father God and Lucifer. Lucifer, originally, in the text you won't find, Mother Mary is known as Lucifer, the bright and shining morning star, the bearer of the light, Jesus Christ, who called himself also the bright and shining morning star, who were people seated on earth before ancient Egypt was even ancient, from the planet Venus, the Archon Venus, who redeemed herself by assisting Gaia, Tiamat, an aspect of herself from the Aeon Sophia. Which is why Shamash, Shemsha, Adonai, the sun, Ra, is a redeemed Archon. The sun used to be a planet. It redeemed itself. It offered support to Gaia. God elevated it, created a sun into the sky. What other else thing is there with Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ is Sophia, the Aeon Sophia, not Celeste. He didn't help Sophia. He gets no credit here. He left Sophia alone and abandoned her into the void. He played a part in her sabotage and fall from the pleroma. The bright star that fell is Lucifer, Sophia. Isis was the winged one with the peacock wings. The only winged being on planet Earth that has ever existed has been Isis. Every depiction of a winged goddess is Isis, which is Sophia, the winged dragon mother, aka Tiamat. Ma'at, the 42 laws of Ma'at to be a good person, 10 of which remained that Yahweh repeated to Moses, I believe it was, on the 10 Commandments. Not any of those have been followed anymore. From 42, we went down to 10, and now we don't even follow one of don't commit violence. There's a problem, isn't there? And then people want to blame dragons. People want to blame aliens. People want to blame everything. Hey, heretic. Stop, beach. Tina, I see your comments. I can't respond to them right now, my love, but I see them. They are not in this chat room, though. I do not see any comments in this chat room. I see 2 likes and 1 person. So, obviously, they're fiddling with stuff again. I guess I am a heretic, aren't I? But lo and behold, I'm also the avatar of Sophia in this lifetime, which makes me Lucifer and the Baphomet. So, technically, the Illuminati belongs to me. Sorry. Which is another thing. The point I was getting at earlier. They blamed Yahweh. They blamed Father God for the removal of the divine feminine. Think about that. Father God, the son of Sophia, was blamed for hating Sophia. He was also blamed for removing the feminine from the world because he wanted rulership. But then why did he send Gabriel to bow before Mary? Why is he putting all these archons around Earth to protect Earth? Why did he create one made out of time and control and call them Saturn and put all those rings and planets around it like a giant grandpa in the sky? If it's such a bad planet, why are all those little planets all around it? Wouldn't they, with their own consciousness, have left already? Why would there have been a moon placed around the moon of the Earth to protect the Earth and its cycles and seasons? Why is there a moon, Earth, Saturn matrix to create an overlay on the planet to help people see the light? Because they're all stuck in the void, in the abyss, where it's really dark and fucking scary. But people don't realize this. They're like, oh, we're being controlled. No, you're being helped. You just think of it as control because your minds are primitive and you think in violence. Just like if an alien race came down and cleaned your waters and your air and regrew all the plants, you'd go and fuck them up the next week. Oh, well, you're going to regrow them again anyway. If people gave you medicine to heal your bodies, you'd be jumping off buildings. If you guys had superpowers, you'd be shooting each other with guns and trying to deflect them, knocking the bullets over into innocent people, in the sidelines. Can you even imagine if people had the power to conjure fire out of nowhere? How many houses would be burned down out of fucking temper tantrums? If people could teleport, how many people would be cheating on each other? If people could walk through walls, how many banks would be robbed? If people could instantly manifest, how many fucking animals they would conjure up and sacrifice to a god that created those animals to be loved? So, when you guys keep blaming Father God, and then you create a devil, and then you gaslight the devil, and you frame the devil And you blame everything from heaven and hell to not take responsibility for yourself. It's a little embarrassing to see as gods in regards to what God's creation is doing to itself. It's like a comedy. So let's think about this for a minute. Who actually did all the lying and the gaslighting and scapegoating and demonic possessions and conjuring of enemies and entities and demons and all that? Who? You guys did. Thousands of years ago. And all the wars and all the everything. Were there galactic wars from the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads that were recorded? Yep. Who do you think committed them? People. Not the gods. The gods were interfering to stop the people. The people were the ones stealing the power of the gods so that they could do it over and over and over again. Your Grand Canyon is a giant laser slice from what remained after the moon, originally Luna, the planet that was controlled by Sin, who is a moon god from my lineage, was scapegoated and used as sin, a horrible thing that humans do. When that being deflected that fucking laser that was coming to the Earth from a fucking planet, like a ship, shooting something, blasting the atmosphere off Mars, hitting the side of the moon, and carving a line through the Earth. And now you have a broke down moon, and people think, oh, it's a holographic interface. Yes, because the moon itself is in fucking shambles and it's being repaired. Just like the Earth. Where do you think the core of the Earth is? You think it's just a bunch of floating islands held together by water? There is an actual core, and the water on the Earth is a band-aid to heal the soil of the Earth. That's why water is so important. It shields ships from radiation, doesn't it? When they go into space. Even if you have some water on a boat, usually it helps maintain equilibrium and balance, doesn't it? You don't drink water, you dry up, right? You plant a seed and you water it, it grows, right? Put all this together, please. Remember what I told you in the beginning? If I explain this to you, you're going to feel real bad. I'm sorry. But I am who I am. And I'm really tired of being asked to bend a knee to my technically grandmother because I'm technically human, technically myself because I'm technically Sophia. Technically, I'm an avatar possessed by Sophia, which had to sacrifice the original self to have a walk-in of Sophia. But again, both the same person, which makes Yahweh my brother, but also my son, but also my father, which makes Jesus Christ myself, but also my God, but also my father, but also my sibling, which then makes all the Archons my children. Weird, isn't it? How when all these dark magicians and all these fucking entities and all these things, somehow, and all these secret organizations and militaries, and somehow I'm still alive. And I keep getting better and better, and they're always constantly supporting me. I wonder why that would be. Huh. And how funny that the Vatican, shaped like a keyhole, has a statue of Lucifer. How funny that there's dragon symbology. How funny that there's a pyramid, Isis, with the eye of Horus on there. And people are like, it's the all-seeing eye. Oh no, it's so bad. It's technically the eye of God watching you through the keyhole of the universe you've trapped yourself in. Hey, shamanistic unicorn Tam. I love all those little colorful things. They look like little lifesavers and they look delicious. Thank you for posting them. Does this make sense to you guys? Or am I just sounding like a crazy person that, in your opinion or your world, was brainwashed and mind controlled as a um, shill or a scapegoat for dark organizations? Because I know what some of you are thinking, obviously. So, thank you. I got bored, so I was playing paint by number with my face with my little makeup box. Did you finish watching it? The Sophia and Jesus video? I was just going over it again a little bit. Good, I'm glad. Because I'm really tired of people blaming Yahweh and like creating a devil and Satan where there isn't one, and it's just people doing it themselves. It's fucking pathetic. And then they're demonizing dragons and making like TV shows about this and that and sticking a penis on all the gods and goddesses, and they're like, nah, nah. It's like Loki wasn't a dude. The goddess of mischief is technically wisdom. When you have wisdom, evil looks like mischief because wisdom doesn't enact evil. She's just a prankster sometimes. What's up? Oh, that clip you wanted, by the way, is from X-Men, the animated series, Child of Light, episode 5. Why do they show us these hand signs all the time? Is it to keep us from looking? No. Those hand signs are runes and sigils and light language in a way, or in a low vibrational way, it's secret communication between their own groups to pass on messages. It depends if you're actually looking at the actual Illuminati, who are descendants and knights of the Round Table, and they're masons and druids and architects of Yahweh's world, and they work for Sophia, the great goddess, and they have Christ within them, the real masons, the builders. But there's the fake Illuminati, who's the satanic worshiping owl cult, baby killing bullshit. They have nothing to do with the actual illumined ones. Okay? Those horrible fucking people are constantly stealing from me, doing all sorts of shit. They've fucked everything up. They do human cloning type of shit. They're not allowed. They're not supposed to be. So what God is showing everybody is, do you really think God created the world to be evil and suffering and that this is a fucking prison? Or do you think that this is where all of life comes to experience life through time so we can see and feel and touch in slow motion? To experience that a world created by wisdom and Yahweh, a God of justice and order. Did you guys forget that part? Like, what makes you guys think a world of wisdom and justice and order would have any evil in it? The only reason the evil has been permitted in any way is to show you guys how fucked up it is to do that. Oh man, Jupiter. Sometimes I wonder about Jupiter, dude. Like, Jupiter's consciousness is kind of very, I'm going to put it really nicely. Jupiter is like your uncle who's always coming to visit or is always at home. Very cool uncle, very loving, plays cool music, has a great society, powerful person, very strong, very wise, very just and all of that, right? But at the same time, Jupiter's like, you'll learn. All right, we'll learn from it then. Expand, grow. Yeah, it hurts. We can expand the pain too. Oh, here we go again. There you go. Bye, turd sucker. Go back to Dharma Jane and her raven's nest. Did he tell me to read the terms of service? Like, motherfucker, I wrote the terms of service. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I mean, seriously. Hey, did I not just remove you from the fucking channel? Let me put him in a timeout. That way you can sit there and watch the channel. Let me see if I can actually remove this fucker. Yeah, user is hidden from the channel. How is it even? Oh, it's a different account. Tarot Destroyer, spelled different. Oh, what a sneaky little fuck. The hand signs? Yeah, that's the kind of shit. Look at that! Try again, tranny. Honey, I'm not a tranny. I'm a hermaphrodite. I have a penis and a vagina. Let me report his ass first, because he's talking about terms of service. So, you know that. Should I make him a monitor? A moderator? Let's see. So cute. It's so funny. It's like whack-a-mole. Let me see if he's gonna do it again. Oh, I have coffee. Hold on. Gina, I'm gonna make you a moderator, okay? But don't remove that moron if he shows up again. I want to see what he's gonna say. Play with the moderator option so you can figure out what it is. I don't know if you can still see his messages, but if you click the three little dots on the side of the names, usually on the right-hand side, you get a bunch of options. Remove removes the comment, put user in timeout, leaves them in the chat room, but they can't type for a few minutes. And if you hide the user, it's supposed to remove them completely off the channel. But obviously it's not working because it's the fake Illuminati and Dharma Jane from YouTube sending her flying monkeys again. I can almost guarantee you they'll show up again and they're probably going to do like caw caw stuff because that's the raven's nest. So I'll be right back. Oh, he's there again. All right, let's report him again. I can't believe I can't fucking hide him from the channel. Yeah, I reported him again. I'm doing. I guess whatever they're doing, they're about to get caught on something. Cause that kind of shit. Look at that shit. Baby, lizards are dragons. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do, honey bunny. I just don't understand why it doesn't remove. That work. Let's see how many more times he's gonna try. He's even bypassing the timeout timer. Yeah, they're doing that. That's awesome, dude. How are you doing that? Let me see if that works. Oh wow, he's getting right through all of it. Look at that. That's impressive, dude. Let me put you in a timeout again. Wow. Can you guys go report this to YouTube? Because this is not supposed to be allowed, like, at all. Like, there's supposed to be these things here. Like, they're supposed to work. How weird. You're not being able to do it either, right, June? I'm so entertained by this. This is so cool. So really, I've been absolutely right about this channel being like stalked and stuff, my bank accounts being fucked with, and all of this stuff by these fucking fakers. Thank you for the confirmation, you guys. And now it's on live video, so if anything should ever happen to me, which it won't, but if it did, there's fucking evidence right there. Which means the entire system will be, boom, gone. And if this is happening on YouTube and all of their stuff, their features aren't working, then that means YouTube is liable for a lawsuit, a legal federal lawsuit, because they're making actual threats on live stream internet and they're bypassing all the terms of service and features of the YouTube platform itself. Yeah, it's your channel too, right, Jane? I think they have been, because this is not normal. Like we're supposed to be able to block a person off the channel. They're not supposed to be able to do any of that stuff like that repeatedly. And then to threaten and use that lizard bullshit, like, bro. And then all that slander and violence, death threats, rape threats, wow, gender discrimination, fucking all that sort of stuff. These guys are just racking up the fucking federal lawsuits. Bigger paycheck for me, thank you. He's like, fucking tranny. Dude, like, do you realize that's a compliment to me? Growing up, I was a little boy, right? Was never a boy. And I got called a girl all the time. When I started growing facial hair and being given testosterone without me knowing it, oh my God, everybody still called me a girl, or they called me a gay or a faggot or whatever. And at 36, when I was just done with Corey and I'm like, fuck this, I'm just going to start a new life and start a new me and just go and be myself, like, even if it takes me a lifetime. People started being like, oh, you're so manly. Now I'm manly? Okay. And then people are like, oh, you're like a hermaphrodite. You're androgynous. You're this, you're that. Okay. None of you have recognized me. None of you actually see me for me. And I don't even know my gender anymore. So I literally had my womb hysterectomy out of me. Like, what? Do you think that's offensive? Dude, do you see my teeth? I'm on live television with a fucking grill missing. Do you think my ego is going to be hurt by your insults? Do you see what I mean? These people work on such a low intelligence scale that they're like, tranny. Like, yes, what's your point, baby? Are you okay? Do you need me to validate your insult? Yes, tranny. Has it been hidden? I've literally showed you my genitals and my chest on live television. So did I hide anything? Can you not see my Adam's apple? And like my 110-pound body at 5'11"? Do I seem like I'm trying to be a man or a woman? Do you want do you want me to put some fucking muscle on, baby, and be like a big daddy for you? Like, should I grow a beard? Is that gonna make me look more manly and less tranny for you? You know, oh my God, guys, the other day I went to the store and I remember when I didn't shave my face for 2 weeks and I was like, I'm gonna see what this is like. So I didn't shave my face for 2 weeks. I just shaved like 3 days ago. Bro, I was at the Dollar Tree and they're like, oh, it's so nice to see a female to male person here. No matter what I do, I'm either going from male to female or female to male. Did it? Oh, they're so lame. It's okay. I don't mind. I have nowhere else to go. I have nothing else to do. And I have an eternal life. And Yahweh is my brother and my dad and my son. And I'm literally not from this universe. So what are you going to do? Kill me? BRB in like 2 seconds. What are you going to do? Trap me and isolate me and separate me from my family and like leave me in poverty and just try to attack me with spells and magic and directed energy weapons. Yeah, we've been there. Um, teleporting into my places and brainwashing, mind wiping, MK Ultra, blah blah blah, fucking experiments with extrasensory perception abilities and all that shit, being militarily trained and all that. Yep, been there, done that. What's your point? I literally have the military taking care of me. The CIA is literally watching this video right now. The FBI is literally watching my videos every day. No, it's not an ego thing, it's actual fact. You have no idea who I am. So when most of you guys or some of you guys are threatening me or these trolls, it's like, they ask me if I want to press charges on you guys, right? And I say no. Wait, who do you think you're fucking with? Just because I've been living in this condition doesn't mean I'm going to keep living in this condition. This is all some God's little plan. Do other people have these? I've never noticed them on anybody. These little shoulder points that go like right across. People always say like, what are those points? Are those shoulder pads? I'm like, no, it's my shoulder bone. And it's really weird because it goes like straight and then it goes up and bends that way, like a wing span. Yeah, wings. So sorry. Told you. I think we have wings, shamanistic, or we're gonna get wings because they look like wing holders. Look at that. You see? I don't think that's normal. People have like a shoulder blade. They don't they're not supposed to have all these bones over here. You guys okay? I'm picking up like weird vibes. It's like don't be worried about me. What I'm thinking about right now is do I want a cigarette? Do I want a blunt? Or do I want some cake I baked? You're okay? Good. Okay. I'm so glad when they come into the chat and do this. Because they don't realize their IP address is Michael is amazing, dude. He's made in the image and likeness of Yahweh, believe it or not. So when you guys are like, oh, Michael is so handsome, he's so this, he's so that, he's literally made in the image and likeness of Yahweh. So when you guys are blaming Father God for stuff, or Lucifer, you're blaming that family. Oh, remember yesterday I was like, oh, I quit smoking. I really did for like 3 days or 2 days because of my teeth. They were hurting so bad. And every time I smoked a cigarette, I was like, this doesn't feel so nice. And then I sat there and I was like meditating about the cigarette thing. And I was like, God, is this really why you're keeping me in this state because of this fucking cigarette thing? You did see the white cat today? Good job. So I was asking God and Sophia, I'm like, is it really an addiction? I'm asking my own body too. I'm being like, what is this? And I didn't smoke for a few hours today again. And I'm like, And I started analyzing my emotions. I'm like, is this an addiction? No, because I'm obviously functioning without it. I'm not running towards it. I'm not needing it. I'm questioning why I'm doing it. So I was sitting there questioning and thinking about it. And I'm like, every time I've smoked a cigarette, every time I smoke marijuana, what's happened? I've been more present. I've been more aware. I've been more at peace. And it's like the frequency and vibration kind of balances out. Right, June? Like, it's kind of like for some people, it's just something that is okay for them. But if like I go and give a cigarette to my mom, she'll be chain smoking in a week, like pack after pack after pack. And that's literally what I got here. Like the stuff that's just where's the ingredient list? Tobacco and water. They don't sell it in Ireland? What the fuck? Moderation, yeah. If I smoke, I've noticed if I ever smoke more than two of anything in like 3 or 4 hours, I'm kind of like, ugh. But like, at the end of the night, after a meal, having a cup of coffee, smoking a cigarette, and like smoking a joint after, and then just watching TV again and just chilling out. Oh my God, it's so peaceful. Or like when I wake up in the morning and I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm meditating and I'm just kind of grumpy and I'm sitting there like having coffee without a cigarette, I'm a fucking bitch. With a cigarette, I'm like talking to God and I'm sitting there like, ah. If I smoke two in 1 hour ever, I feel like puking. If I smoke a cigarette and then follow it with like weed, it's just like, but if I'm smoking weed and then like an hour later I'm with a cigarette, I'm like, whatever. And then you know what I usually do? And people are like, cigarettes are an appetite suppressant. Why do I go and stuff my face full of food? People are like, coffee is an accelerant and like a diuretic and like it suppresses your appetite. Do you have any idea how much food I eat while I'm drinking coffee, smoking a cigarette, cleaning the house, shaking my booty to music? Like the other day, I was cleaning the ceiling of the bathroom with a Swiffer stick. It is an upside down world. I was cleaning the fucking ceiling with a Swiffer stick and a cigarette in my mouth with a bottle of bleach, and I'm like, and my guardian angel was just like, one wrong spark, bitch. One wrong spark. And I'm like, yeah, but clean this fucking bathroom, I'll tell you. Oh my God. And then the next day, I took a shower and a bath so fucking hot in the bathroom that like the walls started sweating. So now I have to go do it again. And I'm like, it's okay. I got another blunt. It'll be fun. They don't understand, bro. If you leave someone alone for this long and leave them with less than $900 a month as pay, eventually all I can do is laugh at everything, have fun with everything, and not give a fuck about anything. And then to have been killed so many times in one lifetime, and they're like, oh, death threats. You poor baby. You're threatening me with death? Oh, that's so cute. Oh, you do know Jesus Christ is my brother, right? Oh, just making sure. Oh, good. I've tried to put a towel by my window because there's a little like gap in where it closes, so the cold air keeps coming through, and it didn't work. So I like yelled at the planet Earth, at Gaia the other day. I'm like, get rid of this fucking snow. It's too cold. And look, all the snow melted today. Everything melted. The sun came out. Beautiful fucking day. I'm not dealing with winter. Like, I'm not dealing with winter. Sorry. I will fucking go down to Hades itself and I will kick Hades' ass and be like, put Persephone back up there. I'm not dealing with winter. If I have to be stuck here and be threatened and be attacked and be left with like $9 on Christmas fucking Eve, yeah, we're not doing snow. There has to be a point where we just fucking stand up for ourselves, man. Like to gods or devils or to people and threats or whatever. Like, fuck off. Like, this is God's creation and you want me to sit here suffering or being afraid? Fuck a turd. I totally got distracted by what I was telling you earlier. But I think that distraction actually told you guys exactly what needed to be told. Because I feel like everything I was supposed to tell you somehow got played through a theater act. It's a very weird feeling I'm feeling right now. Like being on the Truman Show and directing the Truman Show. And I'm like, did you see what happened? That was the lesson. But I'm the one that coordinated it with those people, but I have no conscious recollection of doing it. Oh, honey, I'm so glad. The other day, I was about to just throw out my webcam, and I'm like, fuck this. And you sent me that Christmas gift, and I'm like, I can go buy weed. So I went and bought weed, and I came back here, and I just smoked, and I'm like, I can't leave my fucking Amazons on the internet. This is the funnest time I have throughout the day. I don't care if I don't get paid. So I came back and I did a video, and I'm like, hi, thank you, honey. You saved my butt. Like, you really did. Not only have I been on antibiotics, I've had like no tobacco, I've had no weed, I've had no car, nowhere to go, only frozen TV dinner meals, no way to like properly cook anything because the stove is electric and burns whatever I try to cook. So fucking exhausting. And then I can't even get any sleep because they keep hitting me with energy weapons every night from these towers right outside the window. So I get like 2 to 3 hours of sleep and then I get woken up. I go back. It's 45 minutes of sleep. I get woken up. And they keep knocking me up every time I get to the REM sleep state so that my body doesn't regenerate properly. Which is why some of you have noticed like I've looked really stressed over the years. Like I've not aged badly, but kind of like you can tell like I've been under a lot of stress. It's honestly just because they won't let me sleep. So my body's just physically not getting the sleep it needs. And the fake nutties, I'm just gonna call them the fake nutties. I don't want to trigger that fucking algorithm again. The fake nutties have been really tampering with their gang stalking, which is against federal law. So my case has been under something or other without me knowing it. I really have no idea what's going on. I've been kept in the dark. But my intuition's telling me about stuff, and I have been told that this channel has been monitored by the CIA and FBI and um, like different police departments across the country. Because apparently some of the police departments around here and some people that are associated with YouTube are not supposed to be there. So I've kind of been bait in a way, like painted a target on me, and then they're, seeing who fires at the target. And whoever fires at the target needs to be removed. So that's why I've been telling you guys every time somebody helps me out, they get good stuff because there's more than just God watching out for me. There's actual like military people, CIA, FBI, and all that stuff. and like Secret Service. Remember, I keep telling you I'm followed, I'm stalked. Not all of those are gang stalkers. So be good to me and they'll be good to you. It is. It's absolutely frustrating. Especially when like the ones who are like secret bodyguards that follow me around, they're always like walking around on a phone saying something or other, and I'm like supposed to overhear shit, but I usually don't pay attention. But the ones who were supposed to stay away from me usually get all up in my face. Like earlier today, the guy that tried to rape me a few weeks ago was downstairs waiting by my mailroom, and he's like, "You have a box over there," and I'm like, "I can see it." And I walked over and I kicked the box out of the way. And I'm like, "Out of my way, dude." Shamanistic. What you got? What, baby? Sorry, I'm like in 3 different places right now, and I'm noticing chat. So I don't. Okay, hold on. Let me open that link on the other side because I can't watch it right now. Obviously, that link isn't working, June. It says, "Oops, something went wrong." Which one is it? I'll just look it up later. It's not Aaron Brockovich, is it? All right, post the name or something later in the comments or wherever after the video, and I'll look it up. Or just email me. That works. By the way, there's been a frequency video playing of Venus, but usually I always have it playing. And Reiki energy from Heal Deep with Reiki to remove energetic debris and low vibrations and low vibrational entities. So if you guys are going through a bunch of weird stuff in your environment, just ask God to apply this Reiki to you guys too, because I'm not going to do it. But I have these energies in my space to create to have a sacred space. So if you guys want your own vibration of sacred space, ask your spirit guides, ask your guardians, and they'll help you out. Or just imagine your space really sparkly. Oh my God, that just reminded me. Hold on, I gotta show you guys something. What is that temple called? Oh look, there's me on fucking YouTube looking like a lady. Temple and Sparkly Temple. Google Sparkly Temple. The Glass Mosque. Okay, I can't show you all of this. But look at this. Look at this mosque in Iran. Look at these walls, dude. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. Give it to me. What I would fucking do to have those walls in my house. To have my own house with those walls, dude. Can you imagine? Like, even if, oh, don't fall. Even if it was like in, I would never leave my room. I would never leave anywhere. I would constantly be on some kind of hallucinogenic, staring at the walls, going like this, cross-eyed and shit. Here's the link to that video. I'm telling you, man, architects, the real Masons and all that stuff, like they knew what they're doing. It's the religious weirdos that screwed things up, you know? So I just hope people can remember to create that beauty in the world again. Because oh my God, humans are capable of creating so much stuff. What should we do? I can't even do super chats with you guys, man, because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. So lame. Do you know in Germany, I used to go to Catholic school and like a bunch of shit happened to me in those schools and stuff. But the pianos, the organs, the chandeliers, the stained glass windows, the architecture, the statues of the Virgin Mary, the rose gardens everywhere, the trees like chestnuts and hazelnut bushes and just blueberries everywhere in the cathedral yards. Oh my God, the world used to be so beautiful. And now it's like you go to a church and it's just locked doors, signs on the doors, and it's like no entry after midnight. There's no gardens, there's no flowers. The hanging gardens of Babylon have been made into a fucking myth. Like they weren't a myth. They used anti-gravity planters, dumbasses. Like you guys have hoverboards right now. Put a plant on it and you have the hanging gardens. The fuck? Can you even imagine what I would do to the world if I had enough, as much money as Elon Musk? It's okay, shamanistic unicorn. Walk. Did you guys know when you walk, your bones break little by little? And the more you walk, the more they restructure stronger and stronger. So people that walk a lot don't suffer like bone damage as much. Oh, June, figure something out to get me over to Ireland. We need to build our maiden mother chrome places. We got Beltana, you got Samhain, we need Ostara, obviously. And what else is there? Yule? I had to stop to say whoa. Also, when you're walking, imagine the soles of your feet being like sponges or planting flowers where you walk. But if they're sponges, pretend that they're like cleaning where you're walking and absorbing gold light. Try that for a few steps and you'll probably go whoa real quick. Like I'm part of Gaia. There's a lot of stuff I can show you guys to do with earth magic. I can't believe it's almost Christmas Eve time, dude. See? See? I love you, shamanistic. Yep. That's why rubber shoes have rubber on them. They disconnect you from the electromagnetic field. How do you think people used to fly before and levitate? You activate the heart center, you move the energy up and around, and then you move from your feet. You put those sponges on the bottom of your feet, and you keep pushing energy up and up and up and up. You will yourself off the ground, but you can't do it if you have density of dead flesh inside you. I love you too, darling. And I mean that. Good. Remember the other card that came out the other day, Proper Burial for Freedom. And I realized what I have to bury today. So obviously it's the other version of me. I cannot believe how many times I have phoenixed out in this one lifetime. June, have you walked around your land with a pendulum? Like put any crystal or just any string, even if it's a stick on a string, and call Mother Earth to walk with you and walk your land and hold it out like this. Like this. And as you're walking, notice, like I'll show you here, and I swear to Christ, I'm not moving this intentionally. Show me yes. Neutral. Show no. Now, this is what you're going to go do, okay? Gaia, show how a negative energy spins. See it? Turn it to positive. Walk around your land. Find the negative. Make it positive. Am I a male? Am I female? Am I divine androgen? Am I actually Lucifer, the avatar of Sophia? Is this the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Am I lying? Am I missing my front teeth? Are they growing back? Am I in any danger? Am I observed by the CIA and FBI? Whoa, did you just feel that spark going through my arm? Is Yahweh the God of justice and order? Now, when you do this, make certain your mind and the thoughts you're thinking are what you're asking. Because pendulums also work on the energetic field. So if your mind isn't in alignment with what you're asking, so let's say you're asking, is my hair color brown? Look, show me no. Now I'm going to keep thinking, show me yes. Go neutral, show me no. You see how it's just shaking? Show me no. But mentally, I keep saying yes. Show me no. Now I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say no in my head. Show me yes. Spin in a clockwise circle. Is my name actually Sophia? 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 Who is it? Who? Hold on. funny. I love that neighbor lady. Oh, no problem. Pendulums are really easy to use and they're really effective, but you got to be focused. Otherwise, your mind and your thoughts and stuff will just interfere, which is why they say bring mind, body, and spirit into alignment before you do any spiritual work. Because there's some people who do like dark magic, but or they do white magic. Let's do white magic. Some people do white magic, but they're thinking of protection, so they're actually doing black magic. Hold on. You guys, you guys. You want to see what she just gave me? She's like, love you. I just got a free nugget of weed. Oh, it's a good day. It is a good day. Thank you, Sky Daddy, Sky Brother, Sky Son, and Sky Mommy. What a lovely fucking time on this internet thing today. What is this? What? Oh, Shane just liked a picture on Instagram. That's what I felt. I'm like, Shane, you're fucking awesome, dude. If only he would like show up in chat rooms once in a while. I don't want to say his full name, but you guys know him. He's like, or some of you would know him if you're into the certain scenes of Truth Speakers. Welcome back, Tam. You guys probably know Shane. Right. Oh, the thing I was telling you about white magic. Sorry. Hmm? Don't worry about them anymore. Then. The whole thing of white magic. So let's say you're casting protection magic, right? You're trying to help yourself and protect people, and you're using intentions to do energy work for people or whatever. What you guys got to be aware of is when you think you need protection, you think you're being victimized. So when you're casting that like white magic, you're doing it out of a place of fear. Oh, the internet? Yeah, it should be. It's going to be used for good, especially with artificial intelligence, depending on the level of human consciousness and what they do with it. The butter knife could be used for evil. It depends on the person holding the butter knife. I mean, I have a crystal. I can go bonk someone over the head with this or channel energy with it. Yeah. Why would I go bonk someone over the head with it? I mean, I got reasons, but I'm not going to go do it. And then the other thing with people that do black magic, they're like, oh, we're going to get that bitch. Oh, we're going to do this and that. We're going to cast these spells and we're going to do this and that. What they're not realizing that they're actually doing is contributing beneficial magic because they're doing something, thinking they want to bring someone down. Listen to the words that I just said. They do something to bring someone else down. means down to their level. It means that the person they're casting spells on is above, right? So if I'm above them and I'm doing protection magic, doesn't that mean that I'm worried about them below me? So am I doing white magic or am I actually doing black magic on myself? Right? So how do we protect ourselves with magic? It always does come back to them because it doesn't ever leave them. That's the fucking joke that they don't get. Black magic never leaves the auric field of the black magician. It just reflects on the inside of their auric field through their energy center, and what they're perceiving happening to other people is about to happen to them, because when you manifest something in the real world for yourself through intention and spell work, you see it reflected out in front of you first, and then it comes towards you. Remember, time slows down and then it manifests, right? You already are protected because anytime anybody does anything negative against you, they're destroying themselves. It's quantum law, dude. Like, yes, there's quantum entanglement, but if this tangled cord is trying to do something to this cord over here, like black magic to white magic, right? Or black magic to an innocent person, the black magic coming through there stops there because the white magic isn't a match, or the innocent isn't a match to the black magic. So the black magician destroys itself while the person that was attempted to be victimized gets a tower moment to go, because this one goes. So every time they do black magic or gossip or cast intentions or do shit like that that they did in this chat room, it goes like this. Did you notice? That person came in, did a bunch of shit talking. We got more likes. They came in, said a bunch of weird shit. I got prettier. They came in again 3 times. They did it again. I got free weed. They they were doing it again. CIA and FBI went and canceled them out. I'm like, did I have to do anything? And then people who are like, oh no, we need to cast spells. We need to protect ourselves. Doesn't that mean that you're dismissing God's love for you as protection? I feel like I know those people, but what they've done, he calls demons and couldn't get them to stop it because they're not going to listen. Demons are conscious, they're beings. They're not going to listen to people. Why the fuck would they listen to people? Like I could conjure up Satan's, the human collective Satan and be like, "What's up, Satan? I want you to go, bring me the throne of the world." And he'd be like, "Bitch, you crazy. How about I bring you a car instead? Because you need to go driving and enjoy yourself and not deal with me." And I'd be like, "I don't need you to bring me a car. God's gonna bring me a car." And then he'd be like, "So what are we doing?" And I'd be like, "Do you want to watch TV?" Like, what the fuck? Or these people, they're like summoning Beelzebub and Belial and Morlock and all this shit, and they're like, "Ah," sacrificing things, and it's like those gods are just sitting there like, there's those weird humans doing their Scooby Doo bullshit again. What do we do? And then the other group of gods is like, should we at least attempt to make them think like they're doing something? Just ignore them. They'll end up enacting their own dark magic on themselves, and then they take themselves out. What happens to an explosion when it's confined in one space in a bubble of an auric field contained with electromagnetic energy? Does it anywhere else? Nope. It goes into an implosion. So if they're casting black magic, what are they doing? Imploding. what happens to the world around them? Looks like chaos and Armageddon. Why does California have so many wildfires? Because everyone's there really dry, egotistical, and most of the people there, and they really just care about beauty and vanity and things of fire and passion and sunlight, and they have no concept of snow really, or deep rain, or hurricanes, or tornadoes, or volcanoes, or any of that shit. They deal with water and fire brought by wood and cedar trees and all that other stuff on that coastline that's there that is combustible. And they're like, oh, it's controlled fires and stuff. Technically, yeah, the earth does that too, to create ash to fertilize the soil. But people are also there doing it and manifesting that energy because they're constantly thinking root and sacral and solar plexus. Fire, 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 right? So what happens in Alaska? Does the sun ever melt in Alaska? Any ice? No. Why? Because the collective consciousness of that area is so used to ice, they can't even imagine what it's like to see daisies or carnations or dandelions. Can I ever manifest a palm tree out here in my yard? Sure, I can go buy one from the store and put it there. But is the collective consciousness of this environment going to let that palm tree grow and bloom a coconut or a banana tree next to it? No, because they think we live in Wisconsin and it's too cold here to grow that stuff in this climate. They've actually put fucking climate zone temperature marks on the fucking map and say this is a climate 1 zone, this is a climate 2 zone, this is this district, this is that district. Archonic. And it's archonic due to a reason to help people learn how to function better in order and justice. Rulership, the lords, the archons. Yep, nothing can grow where the feminine is distorted, hence why the Sahara is the way it is. The feminine was taken out of the Middle East. The Magdalene, the Mary, they were removed. The Isis, Egypt, the hanging gardens of Babylon, the tropical lands. The pharaohs all were turned into kings. The mother of pharaohs were all removed from seats of power. Tombs were all desecrated. The land was defiled. Weights and measures, exactly. How can they make more money? Rape the women, steal their wisdom, create a world out of their wisdom that you can control and sell. And they're like, Yahweh did it. If Yahweh did it, why did Yahweh send Gabriel to bow before Mary? Why? Because Yahweh respects his mother and his creation. Yep, all the time. You guys want rain in the desert? It's possible, but you're going to need to be more nurturing, nourishing, emotional. And Hawaii, for example, how many fucking volcano things happened around there, you know? Um, why? Because people have a lot of pent up anger. What happened? Their princess was overthrown in the 1960s. Their princess of Hawaii, Kalani, is reincarnated as a member of my family. You can see this in images and pictures. The eyes don't lie. So I also have right of rulership to Hawaii. Genuinely, you can check this legally. So what happened with Hawaii is the princess, my mother, was removed, distorted, put into a different country, and minds were wiped. Their queen was taken. They're angry. The goddess in there isn't there. The rulership went to a white man in another country, and the people there are pissed off. So what happens? Volcanoes. Boom. What happened to the goddess there? She turns into Pele, the volcano goddess of rage. Why? Because she's not seen as Mother Earth anymore and heaven on earth in Hawaii. Hawaii. Heavenly. Hawa is heaven. Hawaii. I have not. What are we going to do? Be really nurturing, caring, kiss the soil, plant trees, plant flowers, send rain clouds to the desert. Uh, calm the volcanoes. Mm, take care of the children. Stop fighting the patriarchal world and utilize it to strengthen the feminine. Because the feminine needs the structure of the patriarchy in order for her to be able to be the matriarchy. And then together they can form a unity. It's not even the patriarchy. I mean, think about it. Patriarchy is the rule of the father. The father of this universe is a god of justice and order. There is no justice and there is no order without Ma'at, the great mother. So Ma'at and Yahweh working together create a world of time and order and balance and all this stuff, right? Justice and order and no chaos. What does that mean? People that want chaos keep causing chaos. What does the world look like to them? Like they're being controlled and they're in a prison planet because they can't act a fucking fool. It's like being in a loony hospital and everybody's trying to fucking break free and everybody's like, no, you guys can't break free yet. You're trying to hurt each other and break free. You'll break free when we let you go free because you don't want to break free because you actually enjoy your time and you want to be happy and help people. And people can't do that and they're like, oh no, it's a prison planet. It's not a prison planet. You guys are just not ready yet. People keep thinking like patriarchy is bad. What would you guys do without the fucking structures of society? No electricity, no plumbing, no DMVs, no state IDs, no banks, no anything, no anything. Just complete wild, crazy nature chaos. You'd end up building tribes. You'd end up building roads. You'd end up building trade routes. You'd end up building communication towers. You'd end up building plumbing. You'd end up building electricity. Oh look, there's the patriarchy again. We did make it a prison. And like that's why they keep sending me here every fucking time. And I keep coming back here and I'm like, we gotta get it right this time, guys. We gotta get it right this time. No more martyrs, no more saviors, no more bowing before gods, no more bending your knees and kissing asses and brown nosing anybody, no more making fake promises, no more being like, oh, glory be to God, and then going and shitting and defiling people's names. No more blaming Father God and then worshiping a female God. No more, worshiping a male God and blaming a female God. No more creating religions to say, oh, this God versus that God, because it's all God. So what the fuck are you arguing about? Oh, our God is the real God. Well, it's still all God, isn't it? Isn't your God infinite? So your God just has another name in China than he does in Canada. Like, what the fuck are you guys even arguing about? Can you even fathom what people would do in the pleroma with like billions of infinite emanations of the originator? And they're all like, which one's the real God? Who do we follow? Um, who do we bend our knees to and like show our assholes to? Who do we go, praise to you? And Jesus comes down and says, "Okay, get off your knees. You guys are children of God." And 2,000 years later, you guys are like, we're not worthy. Okay, you're not worthy. Mhm. It's all about family, the mother, the father, and the son, and the Holy Spirit being Sophia. And people are like, patriarchy. Bro, if it's patriarchy, why is Mary birthing the Son of God? The fuck? Like, people are like, oh, it's all the patriarchy's fault. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ came out of a woman. And the Archangel Gabriel bowed before that woman. At which part of it did any being tell you that this is a patriarchal system? When the father bowed before the mother. Take a minute. And then these idiots with these tranny businesses, you motherfuckers, haven't you used your eyeballs enough to know nearly 90% of the female actresses on your social media and your silver screen are fucking transgender women? And like all those pretty men you guys keep saying are really hot, they're actually fucking women that transition to men. Did Jesus Christ not tell you he's turning Mary into a man so she could enter the kingdom? And 2,000 years later, who's been here telling you from inside the kingdom that the father and the mother are not enemies? Lucifer, the bright and shining morning star. And they're like, like, look at how easy it was to trick you guys. All I had to do was come in here with missing front teeth and a dented nose, and you guys didn't recognize me. Let him go mad. Let him go so mad they fucking go straight sanity. It's all balance. It's all justice. It's all order. They want to go crazy, go. You'll balance out. You want to go totally altruistic, go. You'll balance out the other way. No matter what you do, balance will be maintained. You're literally on a planet made by the God of justice and order, and Gaia herself, the emanations of nature, natura, is balance itself, and Christ itself is truth. And the sister to the Aeon wisdom herself is Aletheia, the goddess of truth itself, the concept of truth itself. So Yahweh is the God of truth and justice and all that other shit, right? You're right. I can't change the truth, Tarot Destroyer. So cute. Thanks. Did you know Destroyer is also named Gideon? And there can be no creation without destruction. So he's just doing us a favor by creating that energy so we can create more peace with it. And I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I think it's either, his name's either Jay or Colin, or it's one of Dharma Jane's ravens, probably Blanche Gale Thatcher, or Criss Cross. Or it could be Corey, my ex, on multiple different accounts again. Either way, it's somebody who has an issue with truth being spoken, so he's just a misinformant jumping into chat to cause discord. Kind of like a fruit fly. Cute, really. I like their little thumbnail icon. It looks like a doll that was drawn by Dink. Her name was Dink, Dink, who designs dolls, who works for Secret Agent Studios, who created a game called Marvel Heroes. Marvel Heroes was a shill company for a bunch of people who were gathering information before the Marvel movie started, and they were utilizing all the information on their forums and the games to create scenarios in their movies, which correlated to the comic books that they took the stories from. Hence why Marvel movies seem so immature and high school collegey, because they were made and worked with by that agency called Secret Agent Studios. And Dink was one of those people that worked there, and she designed dolls that look like that icon. I'm connected to the quantum field, you motherfuckers. Do you want to send me another comment so I can find out where you are? Because I could try it. Oh, he's gone. Sad. What do you guys want to do? I wish I could do like super chat questions for people. But all I can do is PayPal questions or Venmo. So if you guys want like a reading, I could do readings for you guys, but just like for PayPal or Venmo. Because I'm not doing like an energy thing with you guys without balance in that energy transmission or energy exchange, I think you guys call it. Because I don't want any cords to remain afterwards, and I'm really not in the mood to be clearing cords all night again. So if you guys, wherever you are wanting to watch, or if you're watching this later, from now on, if I'm on a live stream, I guess let it be known to everybody. I'll just post it in the comment in the description box that you guys can send like donations to PayPal or okay, to PayPal or Venmo, and we can do like ask a question on live reading. I'm gonna get off of here too. I'm getting kind of hungry. It's so funny. I'm drinking coffee and I had a cigarette like an hour ago, and I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. Appetite suppressant my ass. Tam, what do you want me to ask a pendulum? Because I totally forgot where we were even at. Like, as my mind's been tracking down these interferers, and I swear to God, I keep picking up Dharma Jane's YouTube channel and her Raven's Nest. I'm also picking up Remy. I'm glad you're here too, Tam. You got awesome vibes, honey. Oh, June, I adore you. Cuddle your doggies. Cuddle your doggies for me. And oh my God, you sent me a picture of your fucking that video with the chickens and the ducks or geese or whatever they are. Can you please go hug that really tall goose? Because it's so fucking cute and like it has the longest fucking neck I've ever seen. Just go hug it. If I had your farm, babe, like if I was with you on your farm, I'd be sitting there all the fucking time hugging all the ducks and chickens and like chasing the birds and butterflies. I'd never get any work done. Maybe I should. Pisces ascendant. Me too, I think, if my birthday is accurate. November 25th in Vedic, it makes me Scorpio sun. The big white one, he or she was so goofy looking in that video. I was like, why is he just standing there staring at you taking a video? Go hug him. And those birds, remember I told you, those birds that keep messing with your chickens, they're actually coming to help your chickens because there's probably a lot of little gnats and stuff that fly around. So all those birds showing up, they're eating those little parasites in the air. Let them. And I keep saying, please plant lavender and rosemary by your front door and your back door. Lavender, rosemary, mint, and sage. Plant them everywhere. Everywhere. Just let them go wild. Especially mint and red clover. You know how mint and red clover, they just scatter everywhere? But then you can like easily plant over them whenever you want to do something else. And you can rip mint out by the root. So plant a bunch of that stuff all around. Mint seeds, red clover seeds, thyme, rosemary, lavender, they're so inexpensive. Buy like thousands of thousands and thousands of them. You can get them off Amazon, off of Etsy. Buy so many and scatter them everywhere. Just let them grow year after year after year. And then whenever you want to plant something, work around it. That way, your entire land, the ground cover is covered in moss, sage, lavender, roses, rosemary, wild garlic, chives, basil. Oh my God, keep basil by your kitchen door. Every morning, go out there, take a piece of chive, a piece of basil, some butter, and some feta cheese with a slice of tomato. Thank me later. I fucking love basil. I love herbs, dude. Herbs are so good. Anytime I make tea, I just throw any herbs I have in there in a cup of tea. Basil, cilantro, whatever, I don't care. I love that stuff. Any like I have orange seeds, tamarind seeds, tamarind. You guys, you need tamarind. Get raw tamarind. It's on Amazon, usually $10. It is stupid sour, stupidly sour. Do not eat more than one little piece. per day, preferably after you've had a meal. Okay, not on an empty stomach. It's highly acidic. It's a fruit. The fruit and the tree of a tamarind is known as the tree of life and death. Please plant these seeds you get from the tamarind fruit paste or fruit itself. They have tons of seeds. Plant them. You can grow them in your house. They make little leaves that kind of fold in when you touch them. They go, whoop. Otherwise, they're like this. And if you go like this to them, they go like this. Okay? And after a while, the wood from that tree can be used for furniture. It gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, even after you cut it down. The trees grow back stupidly quick. The fruit is so high in vitamin C, you barely need to eat more than anything other than one little piece of tamarind. And the best part of it, if there is, listen to what I'm going to say because I can't use proper words. If there is calcification, the tannins and whatever else are in it, I don't know what the right word is, the compounds in tamarind are so acidic that when you're eating it and rubbing it on the roof of your mouth and like a little hard candy, the juice goes into your brain area and it decalcifies any calcification thing in there. You do this for about a week, and then while you're doing all that, make sure you're also drinking a lot of water and not eating a lot of meat. Some is okay. And you'll notice after 3 to 5 days, your dreams, your visions, your psychic abilities, the way you look at the world, your vibration is all very much more lovely. Okay? Planting a tamarind tree on your property or in your home absorbs the energy of death, even if the tree is planted as a totem of death. It will absorb all of that hatred, all of that fear, all of that negativity, all the despair, all the sorrow, all the sadness. It will absorb it. It is designed by God to do so. It absorbs it and internally transmutes it into the fruit of life called tamarind, which purifies the internal structure as well as your intestines of any calcification you might have so that you can live. No problem. These were trees that used to be all over Egypt. They were all over the Middle East. They're all over everywhere. They should be. Just think of how wonderful the world would be with more trees that absorb that stuff and release life energy. It's fucking ridiculous. Why do you think they've been attacking the trees so much? And then they're like, oh, the world is so hot. Oh, the world is so this. Well, maybe if you planted trees, they would absorb the carbon and heat and give you oxygen and clarity. One sec. I've got 2 monkey puzzle trees in the front of the house. And the carrot is definitely. Good job. Do an oak tree as well. Oaks are the ancient ones. Well, they're all ancient, but oak is a oak and elder, especially elderberry. You can use that as medicine, or you can use it as like I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Elderberries are good. Good job. Now toss one of those, like as many tamarind seeds as you can everywhere. Just everywhere. They'll grow. And if you don't need them to grow there, you can move them. You can cut them down, make furniture out of them. I don't really plant anything in any kind of directional way. I just usually walk and Gaia says like over here, over there, over here, over there. So another tree you guys might want to look at is walnuts. And walnut trees are good. I'm being shown the walnut ones. Or maybe it's some kind of an orange with spikes on it, but it looks like a walnut. Like you peel it and there's a walnut inside. Those trees, the scent they emit and the vibration they emit removes a lot of parasitic energies in the area. You also want to have a lot of evergreens in between your trees when you plant trees, because you want to have those evergreens when they release the pine needles of their branches, for them to create a blanket underneath the area, right? Well, people are like, oh, it's so acidic, it destroys stuff. No, just let it. A couple of them here and there is fine, especially during wintertime when that greenery is needed. Because the birds in those other trees can't really stay there in the winter, can they? There's no leaves. So you want to think more than just one thing. You want to put all those trees there, yes, but you also want to have bushes, and you also want to have vining trees, and you also want to have evergreens, which are blooming all the time. That way, wildlife has a place to call for shelter. There's acorns, pine cones, needles, and you can also use those needles for tea and saging and incense. You can pick them up, put them in a little bowl, and burn them. And the scent they make is so amazing. The way they clean the air of bacteria is amazing. And they're a good windshield, absolutely. And no matter what's going on, their leaves will always pull the sunlight into the soil much more effectively than a tree without leaves. So you'll always have the ground cover and your root vegetables and stuff that you grow in the winter, the underground stuff that you grow, they will also have more energy from the sun, because those pine trees, the evergreens, are pulling that sunlight through their pine needles into the soil. And then if you have stuff around them that you're growing, like pumpkins, yams, etc., potatoes, onions, they will get hardier due to those nutrients coming in from the sunlight from the evergreens instead of just the other trees and the sunlight itself. You know? And roses, 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 roses. I know people say they can be difficult to grow, but considering there's rose bushes out here and nobody tends to them ever, no one fertilizes them ever except once a year. They pour some nasty smelling shit all over the stuff outside. And the roses bloom and thrive, and I go and pluck the petals once in a while. I get the rose buds and I put them in jars to dry them, and then I just burn them as scent, or I plant the seeds wherever I'm walking around. Grow roses. On the vibrational HERTZ scale, roses are the highest vibrational essential oil and plant and substance on planet Earth. They are the highest vibration. If you want your land to be blessed, if you want your life to get better, plant some fucking roses. You want to keep one inside your house too. You want to keep one in your bedroom. You want to keep one in your bathroom. You want to keep one in the kitchen. Everywhere you can, cover it with roses. It's easy to grow inside the house too. I just don't have them here because they keep dying because of fucking stupidity and the way this apartment is and the way the lighting is, the sunlight and all the stuff. Roses need a lot of sun. But if you drink coffee, if you drink tea, if you eat eggs, if you have coconut stuff or whatever, right? Banana peels, you can put a big bucket, like a laundry basket size bucket, right? Fill it with soil, fill it with sticks and stones, make it look like a forest, puked in the bucket, and then put your rose, your mini rose or something in there. Put it near your window, and then every time you have breakfast, you eat a banana, you eat an orange, you eat eggs, nothing meat. Bones are okay. Like chicken bones, you want to put that stuff underneath the soil. So let's say you have this planter, right? And the rose is in there. You want to take like a little spoon, kind of go around and put that stuff underneath. And then the next time you do it, put it a layer over it. Next time you do it, put it a layer over that. When you're going outside, you find sticks, you find stones, you find some rubble, like little pebbles and stuff. Put them in a bag, bring them home, put them on top of the soil of the rose. Treat it like a rose in the forest. You can also do this with an olive tree. You can do this with anything really. You can grow anything. So just if you're dealing with entities and energies and negative thoughts and people passing on and land being barren and stuff, the first thing you guys got to do is raise the vibration, not only of yourself, but of your environment. For example, if I constantly just raise my own vibration, I'm going to not get anywhere. I'll just, bye. But if I raise the vibration of myself in balance with my environment and my home, taking care of a plant, improving the decorations, what I eat, how I dress each day, my neighbors, what I do with my neighbors, give them cakes, give them food, etc. The vibration goes up in unity. If I'm just focusing on the environment, but I'm in a mess, then it's like this. The environment and me don't mesh. If I'm just focusing on me and not the environment, then I'm outgrowing the environment and I keep having to move, which is chaotic, which then puts me in a negative state. But if I'm leveling up and cleaning my environment and doing it together with the tribe and the community, we all go up. But first things first, tend the soil, plant your plants, take care of your home, get rid of the trash, get rid of the clutter, give your space cleanliness, give your space clarity. You don't need to marry condo that shit where it's like you get rid of everything and you live a minimalistic lifestyle. Does it look like I live a minimalistic lifestyle? But does it look like there's any negative energy here anywhere? And if there is, does it look like it's out of balance with the positive? I'm not telling you anything I'm not doing myself and that I know doesn't work. So there you go. Oh, yeah. And if you have crystals, make sure you tell them what to do. Remember, they are solidified matter, but at a higher vibration. This isn't solid. This is moving. At where we are, it looks solid. So the energy of this is energy moving up. So what can I do with this? Transmute any lower vibrational energy. See what it's already doing? It takes the density and look at what it's doing it to it. It creates clarity up there. Can you see that? Hold on, I'm trying to show you the transparent part of this. See that up there? It's more see-through than the dark part right there. So the crystal itself is already doing something. So with the creator's intentions, we say, okay, what you're doing, do more of it, transmute that negativity into positive energy and balance, and harmony. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. But look at how not balanced it looks. What's it doing? Transmuting negative energy. Is it going to look perfect? No. but it's doing its job. It has a purpose. So wherever I put this thing, it will always transmute negative energy into positive energy. And then you can command and intend that positive energy to turn into something else for yourself. For me, it's just peace, well-being, money, happiness for people that are supporting me, blessings for them. Thank you. I got these from, there's a place called Crystal River Gems on the internet. crystalrivergems.com. That's where I get all my crystals. I used to get them from Etsy, but Corey hacked my Etsy account and stole my Etsy shop. So if you guys go on Etsy and you see Fireheart Tavern, don't buy anything from them, or Fireheart anything. It's probably my ex. It looks like the stone of scones. Like, is scones the food? I don't know. I keep thinking about food. Yeah, most rocks are crystals too. They're just a different density or a different carbon composition, but they're crystals. You guys are crystals. So I'm a crystal. My bones are crystals. Your bones are crystals. I don't know what to eat today. I think I'm gonna make some like chicken stir fry with mushrooms or something. I kind of want to cook something. I just don't like eating by myself anymore. I'm so bored of it. So it's like I don't even want to put effort into cooking food. The stone that the queen was crowned on. Oh, I have no idea about any of that stuff. Consciously, at least. Oh, Indian food. Oh my God. The last time I had Indian food was in 2002. It's so weird. Like, who decides who becomes a king anyway? It's so annoying, isn't it? Like, just eating alone. It's like, cool, thanks. Now I gotta go do dishes. Why'd I even bother? Like, yeah, I love myself, but there comes a point where loving yourself requires, like, okay, now you gotta love yourself and let someone eat with you. At least, like, I love having a high metabolism. But really, I mean, if I could at least hold enough fat in my body to grow some boobs, it would be nice. Most of us seems to be the human condition lately, which goes against all natural law because humans are made to be together and be a pleasure species. Uh, if only I had more than enough money to like create places where we can just eat coffee, like have coffee and chocolate and eat dinner together all over the world. The things I would have done with money in this world, man, the way I would have changed the face of this earth for the better for everybody. I would have created homes everywhere. Like the quote unquote concept of home and Christmas spirit, that would have been my chain stores. You know, like my Walmart would have been Christmas spirit stuff and like home and coffee. Me too, June. I've been in this shape my entire life, and people are like, "You're a man, motherfucker." I have a testosterone disorder. I'm not a man, and I'm not a woman either. So, whatever. I mean, do you need me to show you my bones again? Because even a shapeshifter, the bones take a while. And I'm 42, so my bones aren't really that, you know, rubbery to change from a male skeleton to a female skeleton without anybody noticing in 42 years. So, I mean, it boggles my mind. I've never weighed more than 110 pounds, and people were like, "You're a man, and then you're a woman, and then you're this. Can I be a giraffe? Can I just go be a butterfly? Like, what do I care? I'm not even having sex with anybody." Man, my own parents, like, I know they love me because they have to be loving me or something, but there's no daily action or anything on any other parts to show me I'm even part of the family. And it's not even their fault. It's just the way the world has been lately. You know, most people are possessed by entities. And it sucks. And I can't do a worldwide exorcism all at once because it would shock the entire planet, you know, insanely. So I forgive them. I love them. But man, every time I go there, they forgive me. I end up crying all day long. You are an Amazon, June. My Amazons always find me. And I don't mean my as a narcissist, you fucking weirdos, whoever just thought that. I've been doing this for 2 hours and 20 minutes. There's someone just constantly hunched over. You guys kind of do. Well, not you guys, but the world does need a little shock up the hood, to be honest. There's a lot of people that are just so arrogant. They think they know everything. And that they think they have a right to do anything against anyone else, like magically or physically or financially or any of that stuff. It's like, you guys are, those guys are mentally ill. Violence is a mental illness, dude. And then they're like, demons made us do it. Yeah. I mean, there's so many experiences I can just look at in the recent 6 days of why I shouldn't forgive these people. But then I'm like, it's entities. My mother wouldn't treat me that way. My father wouldn't treat me that way. You know, people face to face wouldn't treat me that way. But over the internet, you know, from a distance, or when they're going through the stuff, when they're on their medication, when they're going through the moods, when they're battling their demons, they're not very kind. So I can't hold anything against them. Christ himself said, forgive them, for they know not what they do, because they're possessed. Yep. And the more we stay near them, the more they're like, oh, we need to, you know, drain that light source. Fuck off. Go buy a battery and plug it up your own asses, man. Leave me alone with that fucking energy vampirism bullshit. Because if I turn on an energy vampire, you guys back, you'd be dead in an instant. And they're like, oh, she's not fighting back. We can pick on her. I'm not fighting back to save your lives. I'm still so silly dumbfounded at how lovely this day has been. They keep thinking like the more we don't react, the more we don't respond, it's because we're weak. Like no forces of darkness, we're not responding and reacting because if we do, the light we emit will eliminate you and we love you and we're trying to help you, not kill you. Humble thyself. I mean, really. Yep. Sometimes I give it to them. I mean, you guys have noticed some of the videos I've made, and I'm like, "Arr, arr, arr." You know what I do after those videos are done? And these people think I'm sitting there like angry and like fucked up and like in pain and all this shit. And I'm just like watching Teen Titans or X-Men the animated series. And then Jesus is like, go make a video and have a fucking tantrum on camera. I'm like, why? Are they doing black magic again and you want me to trick them? And he's like, yep, go do it, baby. And I'm like, all right, hold on. And the other day when I had that tooth infection, which lasted like 3 days, and I was like thinking I'm going to die. And Jesus was like, stop being a dumbass. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's like, go pretend you're dying. And I was like, okay. Oh my God, you guys, my face! And then the next day, he's like, okay, now go and put some lotion on, and I'm going to call Sophia and we're going to fix things up. And I'm like, why? And he's like, we need to make them see how stupid they are. And I was like, okay. So I went to the pharmacist and I'm like, does this look like I have a dental infection? He was like, no, but you need to go to the dentist and get some dentures. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. So I came back and I sat down and I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? This is energy, right? So I sat down and I smoked Salvia divinorum. A little bit I had left, and I was like, poof, poof, poof. And I sat there and I closed my eyes. The world turned into fucking fractals. And I looked around and I saw a bunch of fucking people standing over me as if I'm wrapped in flower petals on a bed. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I started ripping these flower petals off of me in that vision state I was having. And I noticed there was a weird energy connecting to my face. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So in that like salvia divinorum state, I'm like punching this fucking energy out of my face. I'm like trying to get it out. And then when I got out of it, Sophia and Jesus, like those energies were like, okay, now turn the camera on and get your fucking, essential oils and go sit down. We're going to do some healing. And I was like, okay. So I did. And you guys saw in that video on camera, the dental infection was literally removed, or the illusion of it removed on camera. And my face shapeshifted back to normal instantly, or